about the last gland, which is pituitary gland. Now, see, you have already read in all the previous classes that pituitary gland is called as the master gland. Now, why we call it as a master gland? Because it used to control the regulation and function of all the different glands which is present in the body. Now, today we will see what actually this pituitary gland does for all other glands so that they all can perform their function. Now, first see the location of this pituitary gland. This is located in the second part of the brain. I have already told you that we have the three different parts of the brain, that is forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Now, the forebrain, which is the largest part of the brain, can be divided into two. One is cerebrum and second is diencephalon. Now children, this diencephalon consists of the two different types of glands, hypothalamus and thalamus. Along with this, it contains two endocrine glands, pituitary gland and pineal gland. Where hypo and thalamus gland we have already discussed, then pituitary gland and pineal gland. Now this pituitary gland is located at the base of the hypothalamus. Okay, so if we draw the structure of the brain, and suppose if all these are the cerebrum, then here this side somewhere you will find out the diencephalon region, where you can find out thalamus, hypothalamus, and then here there will be the pituitary gland. Okay, so what is the exact location of the pituitary gland? That it is attached to the stalk of hypothalamus. Okay, in diencephalon region. Clear? So this is the location of the pituitary gland. Now see, this is called as the master gland because it used to regulate the metabolism, it used to regulate all other endocrine glands for its function. Now we can see there are three different parts of the pituitary gland. Three different distinct regions of the pituitary gland. One which is towards the other side, that is called as the anterior, back side, posterior, and in between the anterior and posterior there is one more gland, and that is called as the intermediate lobe or intermediate part of the pituitary gland. So each of these parts, they used to secrete different hormones for their function. So first we will discuss about the anterior lobe. Okay, so we will see the anterior lobe of pituitary gland. Now see, anterior lobe secrete 6 different types of hormones. 6 hormones. What are these 6 hormones, children? It secretes growth hormone. Okay. So the first important, it secretes growth hormone, that is also called as the somatotropic hormone or somatotropic hormone. Now, as the name growth hormone, it means what it will do? It will use to regulate the growth of the body. So, it stimulates the normal growth of the body. This we can write. Normal growth of the body. Then we see the second hormone, and the second is prolactin. Okay, so this is prolactin. Now from the lectin word, children, it should be clear or very well understood by your mind. If something is related with the lectin, it means something is related with the milk. So this hormone enhances the growth and enlargement of the breast in females at the time of pregnancy or at the time of lactation period. Okay, so this is enhance the growth and enlargement of the breast during pregnancy, functioning of the mammary gland and production of the milk. So the function is enlargement of breast, okay, and production of milk to from the glands so that the mothers can feed their babies after delivery. Then we see adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. Now children, once again you see adreno. Something is related to the adrenal gland. Clear? So the function of this is to stimulate adrenal gland. And which part of the adrenal gland? Cortex part of the adrenal gland. So this is stimulate adrenal gland or adrenal cortex. And we know very well that adrenal cortex is responsible for glucocorticoid cells as well as mineralocorticoid. So these used to enhance the development of or the secretion of glucocorticoid. Now function is very much clear to you, as well as the mineralocorticoid. So children, once again you see the name is the hormone that is secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland is adrenocorticotropic hormone, and the adrenocorticotropic hormone directly stimulate the adrenal cortex so that the adrenal cortex can secrete glucocorticoid and mineralocorticoid easily. So this is the function of the pituitary gland, that simply it is stimulating the specific gland so that these glands can perform their work in good manner. The next is thyroid stimulating hormone. Now fourth is, now again from the name it is clear, thyroid stimulating hormone. This is also called as TSH. Okay, now what is the function of this? It used to control the growth and functioning of the thyroid gland. Okay, so the function will be used to regulate the function of thyroid. Now we have already read about the thyroid gland, that what is the job of the thyroid gland, used to act as a thermostat, cellular metabolism, and different functions we have already studied. Okay, iodine balance, calcium balance, and everything. Now see, the fifth hormone is follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, now see the function of this follicle stimulating hormone, named as FSH. Now children, the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, it used to stimulate the follicle stimulating hormone so that the ovary as well as the testis can secrete eggs and the sperms in the proper manner. See, the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland secrete this hormone, and these hormones activate or stimulate the ovary as well as the testis, so that the ovaries can produce the eggs and the testis can produce the sperms. Now, the meaning of follicle is a primary cell. Whenever the ovary releases eggs, the testis releases sperms. The primary condition of these eggs and the sperms are called as the follicles. Okay, the primary cells, and that's why somewhere whenever you will study in the higher classes, you will see that these are also called as the primary follicle, secondary follicle, then oocyte, then eggs. In the same way, in case of males also, primary, then secondary follicles, and after that we get the formation of the sperms. So, these eggs and the sperms are formed from the ovaries and the testis, and these ovaries and the testis get stimulated by the hormone that is called as the FSH, and this hormone is secreted from the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. After this, the last is luteinizing hormone. Okay, luteinizing hormone. And this hormone is responsible for the secondary growth of sexual characters in male and female. So we can say that, or you have already studied in the adolescent chapter, that the testosterone is responsible for the sexual character, development of the characters in male, and progesterone is responsible and estrogen is responsible for the development of the female characters in female. So, this luteinizing hormone, this activate or stimulate the production of male and female hormones, so that these hormones can secrete and they can do their function. So this is all about the 6 different types of hormones which is secreted by the pituitary gland. Clear? Now we will see the hormone which is secreted by the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. See, the hormone which is secreted by the posterior lobe. I am going to erase all the 6. And the hormone which is secreted by the posterior lobe. Now this is the from the back side and posterior lobe, and this secrete the 2 types of hormone, that is vasopressin and oxytocin. Okay, so number 1 is hormone secreted by posterior lobe of pituitary gland. Point number 1 is vasopressin and second is oxytocin. Now, vasopressin, it is also called as antidiuretic hormone. Vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone, ADH. Now see the function. ADH controls reabsorption of water from the glomerular filtrate by kidney and reduces the urine volume. Hence it is called as the antidiuretic hormone. Now children, once again, from the name itself it is clear. If it is diuretic hormone, it means something is related with the kidney. Okay. If it is related with the kidney, then what is the job of the kidney? Just for the purification of the blood and to give out the waste in the form of the urine. Okay. And just to give the useful nutrient once again back to the body itself. Now if it is antidiuretic, it means something is related which is anti of the urine. So it helps in maximum reabsorption of the water, so that the less amount of urine can come out of the body and body can get all the required mineral in the water. So once again, vasopressin controls the reabsorption of water from the glomerular filtrate by the kidney tubules and reduces the urine volume, and that's why this is anti-diuretic. The next is oxytocin. Okay, now see the function of oxytocin. It stimulates the contraction of the uterus at the time of the childbirth, and this is called as the birth hormone. It also helps in expulsion of milk from the breast at the time of sucking by infant. Once again, it helps in the contraction of uterus at the time of birth, and that's why this is also called as birth hormone. Okay, because it's secreted and it helps in the contraction of the uterus, and because of that parturition occurs. Because of this only the birth of the baby takes place, and after that it helps in the expulsion of milk. Okay, so second important function is it helps in the expulsion of milk at the time of feeding. Clear? So this is all about the two important functions of the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. One is vasopressin, which used to reduce the volume of the urine, so it is called as the anti-diuretic hormone. And second is oxytocin, and the function of the oxytocin is it used to help in the contraction of uterus at the time of birth, and it also helps in the expulsion of milk at the time of sucking of the milk by the baby. Okay, now we have one more hormone, that is hormone of intermediate lobe. Clear? So this and the diseases we will do in the next part of the video. Thank you everyone.